Hi, my name's Sam Rowland, and my wife Rita and I are so thankful to be a part of the Grace Point family. We're also incredibly thankful that for the last 25 years or so, God's been leading us on an adventure all around the world. It started in the exotic location of Cloverdale when I was 14 years old, and a friend of mine told me that God wasn't just out there somewhere, but He could make a difference in my life. And as I started to get to know Him, He began to make a difference. A few years later, when I was 19, I was in an evening church service in Langley, and I wasn't really expecting God to show up, but He did in a powerful way. And what He said to me specifically was, "Sam, are you willing to give your future away to me? Are you willing to lay down your life like a blank piece of paper?" And I was so scared. I still remember my heart was pounding in my chest, and it was as if I said to God, "But I don't know what future you're telling me to say yes or no to. You know, could you lay it out for me so I can make a rational choice?" And it was as if He said to me, "You're not saying yes or no to this future or that future. You're saying yes or no to me." For the last 21 years, we've been working under the ministry of YFC, traveling around the world giving presentations at high schools and colleges and prisons and community centers and churches. Sometimes it's under the shade of a huge tree in southern Africa. It's different every time. Brian Brown and I just got back from an outreach in Namibia, Africa, which is southwestern Africa, and I want to share just one little snapshot that we experienced. We arrived at the high school. It was actually an evening event, and I have never seen a school like this. Every single window was broken. The ceiling was literally falling in the hall where we were gathering. The doors were ripped off the hinges, the washrooms were absolutely unusable, and every single light bulb had been stolen from every single socket. Well, the people that had arranged for the evening event, they joined us, they met us at the school, and what was he holding in his hands but a light bulb? He said, "Sam, I brought a light bulb tonight so that we can have some light." Now, I'm used to seeing God work in people's lives, but this night was beyond what I've normally experienced by a long shot. And at the end of the evening, there were 45 young people who came forward and said, in the midst of that hellhole, sorry to use that phrase, but it was, in the midst of that place, 45 young people, in front of all their friends, walked to the front and joined me and said, "I want to follow Jesus. I want that reality. I want that life that you've told us about tonight." They could sense His Spirit calling them. And as I reflect back on that, I realize if that couple hadn't shown up with that light bulb, none of it would have happened. And you know what? God asks you and I, whether we are always in Surrey or White Rock or Vancouver, wherever we live our lives, are you willing to show up with a light bulb? And are you willing to give it away to me? The last thing I want to say is that God is at work in so many ways all around the world, and He's just waiting for us, waiting for you and I to get on board and get involved.